Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And today I want to give you my day one update thoughts revolving around the part one of the Age of Apocalypse content push that we've gotten recently. I've had a chance to stream it for almost 24 hours. And so I have a pretty good grasp on what's good about this update, what's bad about this update, what needs to be changed or should be, looked at again for this update, and then also how you should approach this update if you're a new player or if you're a veteran. So jumping right into the characters, I was only able thus far to unlock one of them, who is Quicksilver. The way that it works with the New World bosses, no one will have Scarlet Witch by now. The earliest they can have her is, I believe, Friday or Saturday. And in the meantime, I went ahead and I tried the Speedster, and the rumors that you're hearing about him are true. He is the first native tier 2 speed character, and he lives up to that hype by being the best speed character in the game. Yes, we didn't get Spider-Man 2099 very long ago. This is a repeat of the Agent Venom into Wolverine situation that we had in June. We should have seen this coming, but somehow we didn't, and we have no one to blame but ourselves. On the bright side, he's an excellent character. He feels and plays just like a Quicksilver would. I love the hot dog animation. It's a bit of humor that is honestly lacking in some of the other content. I would love Netmarble to do more of this with other characters. And I think he is a fantastic investment for anyone who is looking to pick up one of the new characters from this update. Obviously, you're going to have to spend a lot of gold, a lot of black antimatter, and a lot of chaos nordstones, but that is the price to pay for a native tier 2 character. And it's nice that Netmarble has given us more characters like this, considering that we hadn't got one for the last 3 or 4 months, for the last 5+ updates. We were worried that these would all be Feather and Mcron Crystal characters, and thankfully they are not. From reports about Cable, he is a very strong character. I haven't obviously gotten him because I chose to get Quicksilver. However, it is quite possible that he will replace Doctor Strange for the Blast Mail Day, especially when combined with the new uniform for Cyclops. Overall, I think that all three of these characters are going to make their mark on the meta, both in PvE content like Extreme Alliance Battle and in PvP content, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But essentially what I see is a shift in the meta surrounding obelisks and surrounding the prevalence of invincibility both on gear and on characters' skills. As far as the new uniforms go, I do want to make a separate video detailing the strengths and weaknesses of both of the new uniforms and which one I think is better. But very quickly, I will say that I am disappointed in some way about both Beast and Cyclops uniforms, which you can see on the far right hand side of the screen right now. The reason why I'm disappointed is because none of these uniforms feel like a big jump for either character. Not that they needed a big jump, but just that only one skill is really changed for each character, and they feel like essentially the same character with just a new skin over their look. And we've come to expect more from uniforms nowadays, and especially given the magnitude of these uniforms, they make up a good percentage of this update, both in its pre-update advertising, which Netmarble was leaking as teasers, and also the fact that we only got 3 characters. So I did expect Netmarble to spend more time on these uniforms and make more of them. They look very, very good. I will say that as far as the artwork goes, again, Netmarble comes out and swings for the fences, but besides that, it falls short. However, if you do have to pick up one of these uniforms, I would recommend Beast's uniform because it turns him into a supervillain, and it will make him very useful for the supervillain combat day with or without Carnage. So if you don't have Carnage and you don't want to build up Sandman, or possibly Beast will be better than Sandman, we'll have to wait and see. That is a good plus. And then in addition, if you don't have Titania, Beast immediately makes a better leadership for Carnage than any other character, Titania and Absorbing Man notwithstanding. Potentially, we still have to test that out. Keep in mind at tier 2 he will also give Carnage a small buff, while not big. The crit rate helps, The decreased damage doesn't help because you should never get hit with Carnage on Extreme Alliance Battle anyways, but it is something to think about. In addition, like I said before, for Cable, I think that the Cyclops uniform, while I'm not recommending it or I'm not choosing it above the Beast one, it may turn out to be better than Beast's uniform specifically for Extreme Alliance Battle. And that's just because I can't anticipate yet how much of an impact it's going to have when paired with Cable. I know they have a team-up bonus. I know that he has a bonus that he applies to the whole team for his 4-star passive, which is a 15% bump to energy attack. So the 15% in addition to the 25% means that he's almost near 50 plus whatever bonus he gets plus striking abilities. In addition, his 4 skill, it does get changed and does give him a lot more AoE. So if he happens to come in and strike for Cable with that 4-star or 4th skill AoE, it will make a big difference. Another thing I want to talk about that has seen a huge change that I think is fantastic and much for the better is the Shield Lab. This antimatter generator, this pink dust creator, finally matters. It finally means something. So if you haven't been upgrading this, you may consider spending some of your gold to do so, because now I'm starving for pink dust. As you can see, I went from 600,000, I was at the cap for months, all the way down to 36,000, which is a huge drop. And the reason why this pink dust is now so useful is not because of the item shop, it's actually because of the processor. This is now the hot ticket item in the item shop or in the Shield Lab, and you should consider saving up to rank it up if you don't have it ranked up. And it's because of these new ways to get items. I'm not very impressed with the biometrics. I'm not very impressed with the Nord stones and the other items that you can make, although this is helpful if you're trying to complete very specific tasks like the Doctor Strange or Wolverine epic quests. But I am impressed with the last one, the upgrade items. Getting 10 custom gears, especially with how often I was getting 3 and 4-star custom gears, is insane. And I know it costs feathers, but it only costs 150 feathers. So if you're someone who's already built up, and especially for veterans and people who want to take that, next step, or they want to know where they should be focusing in addition to character research and resources, this is where I'm going to be spending a lot of my time, and this is where I'm going to make sure that I'm always logging into the Shield Lab to collect that antimatter so it doesn't overflow and go to waste, because I want to be buying this pack 10 times, as many times per day as possible. And actually, I made the mistake yesterday of accidentally buying the comic card pack, and I was furious. Not that the comic card pack is bad, but it's just much less value considering how hard it is to get a lot of custom gears in relation to the custom gear pack. This is fantastic value, and it can really help you build up more obelisks that you're just gonna help you push into the end game faster and faster. So I'm very impressed with what they did with the Shield Lab. I just hope that they would look at the warp device next, because this is just absolutely useless at this point, especially given the new ways to generate random bios by class that they've just given us. As far as the new content goes, the actual new gameplay with the world boss stuff, I haven't actually been able to try out the boosted rewards from the recommended world boss. I have heard people in my alliance and people in my live stream chat say that they've gotten Mcron crystals, they've gotten Phoenix feathers, and they've gotten other pretty decent items as their bonus reward. So I think that is really nice, and I think it probably draws from this same category in addition to some other ones like the Phoenix feathers and stuff that you get, which I think is really great. As far as the 3 new world bosses go, I think that all 3 of them have some quirks to them. I would say that while they are not high on the HP or high on the tankiness, you can definitely clear these battles, at least Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, very quickly. They are heavy on the technical play, because if you make a lot of mistakes and you get hit a lot, if you're not good at dodging, if you're not good at any kind of anticipation or enemy skill memory, which is basically remembering what the enemy is going to do next, you may find yourself having trouble clearing these stages. Quicksilver, not so much, although he does dodge a lot of your attacks with high native dodge. You can get around it by using a dodge ignore leadership or something with on your obelisk, or a buff from one of your skills. In addition, I find that you can actually just run away from Quicksilver, and a lot of his attacks will miss because they're very locally based and they don't follow you around. Quicksilver, or Scarlet Witch, on the other hand, Quicksilver's sister, I find that she has very low defenses for physical attacks, so you definitely would want to try using that instead of an energy damage dealing character. That will make it a lot easier. She also has Reflect, which makes energy damage even more punishing if you choose to go with an energy damage character. And she has those environmental hazards. She has things that pop up on the ground. She has skills that follow you around, and she can deal a ton of damage to you quickly, but otherwise, especially for physical attacks, her defense is very low. Her HP is low, less than 1.8 million HP. So you can complete and clear this stage very, very quickly if you just follow, a certain rotation and you dodge some of the attacks, especially at the beginning. You should be fine with that. Finally, I am curious to see how Netmarble will fix or, address this issue with the black antimatter and the chaos nordstones. We saw this limit of 5 in the store when they first came out, and we were curious whether this was rotating daily or rotating weekly or not rotating at all, or refreshing, I should say. And it seems, because I've already bought the chaos nordstones, that it's not refreshing daily at least. We're going to see in a few hours whether this refreshes weekly, but I will be very disappointed if it doesn't. If this was a one-time thing, Netmarble could have been a lot more transparent about it, and the fact that they chose not to be basically made people like me give you guys false hype surrounding this change, when really it's just a one-time gimme that is nice but kind of weird and pointless, because it's not enough to make an impact. And it's just a small leg up for new players, and that's it. So I really hope that that's not the case, but if it is, I am disappointed in that. The last thing I want to talk about is the new boost mechanic, and I've gotten a lot of questions about this, so I'll probably be making a separate video on it once I've gotten more research done and once I've figured out the kind of optimal route of doing things. But essentially, if I'm going to summarize it for you, the boost point system is the new hot time. This is personalized hot time for you, and the first stage of it is always active. So as long as you have some boost points, and we'll get to that in a second, you will have this bonus. Now obviously the 15% gold acquisition is not the same as we would get on certain hot times, where you'd get like 40 or 50% increased gold, but you can see there that you have basically a flat 40% decrease to the energy, 100%. You have all these bonuses basically active all the time, because it's not difficult to accrue some boost points all the time. It recharges at a rate of 1 boost point per 1.5 minutes, so it recharges much faster than your energy. It's not a 1-to-1 in terms of speed, but as you can see, whereas your energy has a cap of 120, these boost points have a cap of 100. In addition, the boost points will be decreased at a different rate than your energy, which I think is an intentionally confusing move by Netmarble, which I don't like. So for example, we know that the Chapter 10 and Chapter 11 missions have different energy costs. Whereas the Chapter 10 missions cost 4 or 3 energy on hot time or with boost points, the Chapter 11 missions would cost 5 or 8, and that's a big difference, 5 versus 8. We can see here that those are the same, but as you can see, the boost points are different. It's 6 no matter what. So whether I'm on Chapter 10 or whether I'm on Chapter 11, every single story mission I use is going to waste or use up 6 boost points, and that is a bit strange to me. I don't understand why they did that, and it only serves to confuse us further, and also to create this imbalance where you're either going to have too much energy or too many boost points. My advice to you, do not prioritize the boost points. Just use your energy when you have boost points, and then when you run out of boost points and you need to use your energy, you keep using your energy. What this is going to do, I think, in essence, is it's going to give us less overall. I think that with hot time ending, for those of us that were able to keep all of our daily tasks relegated to the hot times, for everyone who was strict enough and disciplined enough to make very good use of the hot time window, you will be getting less now from your daily grind. For those of you who were missing hot time, for those of you who couldn't compete in hot time regularly because of conflicts with day-to-day life or other schedules, this will be fantastic for you. You will be getting more out of it. So I think it's going to probably have a net wash. I think maybe 50% of people are going to be upset, 50% of people are going to be happy. So in that case, I want to reflect how you guys feel. I'm kind of ambivalent towards it right now. The last thing about it that a lot of people have asked that I'm a bit confused about is, how do I get more boost points? And this seems kind of counterintuitive to me. It says right here at the bottom, recharge boost points. Do you want more boost points? It's very simple. You pay with crystals. Do I think this is a good idea? No, I think it's a terrible idea. Do not buy boost points with crystals. People will tell you, but Cynicalex, if you click the bonus reward acquired, this underlined text at the bottom here, you can see, wow, you can get 6-star cards and you can get rank up tickets. Wow, you can get a mega tier 2 ticket. Yeah, you can also get 5 dimension debris or 5 clear tickets. Do you really want to spend 150 crystals to get 5 clear tickets? I don't. It's a huge RNG crapshoot. I'm gonna wash my hands of that. Anyways, those are my thoughts about the update. I still have no idea what I'm going to spend my event shop tokens on because I already maxed out Beast's uniform, and yeah, the other 2 options, or the other 3 or 4 options, don't seem that appealing. So let me know in the comment section which one of these you think I should get. I am going to be announcing the winner of the prediction contest in tomorrow's video about Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's skills and typing and leadership. So check that out if you want to see if you won. And of course, guys, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.